Last year I found this secret bow fishing spot. It's hands down my favorite place to bow fish. It's got shallow water, big fish, and there's nobody else around. The only problem is, to get there I gotta walk through a public park, a soccer mom park. Last year I walked through with my bow and arrow during a kid's soccer game, which I didn't think was a very big deal. I could feel the looks from the soccer moms. It got me thinking, maybe the park's not the problem. Maybe the problem is I look like a guy who shouldn't be walking through a park with a bow and arrow during a kid's soccer game. So today I'm fixing that. I'm gonna build a full bow fishing setup that fits inside a backpack. And that way I'm just a guy walking in the woods with a backpack instead of a bow and arrow. Let's get started. I'm gonna be using a piece of Russian olive I harvested from this exact spot where I go bow fishing. The design I'm going for here is kind of like a pocket shot, where you have your handle and then the projectile goes through the center of it. So the plan on the lathe is here to make a handle, and then I'm gonna have a drum for the bow fishing string. That way I can attach the string to an arrow and then get my arrow back once I shoot a carp. To make sure I don't look suspicious going across the soccer field, I'm going to take this base model of it into one of the most secure stores that I know, Costco. I already got AT&T. Now I gotta go to Lowe's and get the rest of the supplies. Yeah, I gotta make some arrows. I gotta put a little notch in them on the bandsaw. And now they're good to go. Really to test this, the first thing I wanted to do was shoot it in the dirt, just make sure it's not gonna blow up on my hands or in my face. I'm not gonna lie, this had a lot more power than I was thinking it was gonna have. I got an extra water bottle in the house, around the house. We're gonna shoot that next. I'll be honest, I was super disappointed with the water bottle. It didn't explode very well, but the arrow went right through it. I looked around the house and I didn't find any freaking soda pop bottles, but I do have an energy drink that's pressurized that a buddy left in my truck, which I'm thinking I'm going to use, which I feel kind of bad for, and I hope he doesn't watch this, but it should have a lot better explosion. Ooh. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be honest, the explosion with the energy drink kind of sucks still. Is a little bit better than water bottle. I need to find something better though to shoot or something. I don't know. The bottom line is this little thing has a ton of power. You saw what it did to that can. It went right through it and even blew it out the backside. That was my first shot trying it too. So I think I'm gonna have plenty of power to penetrate the scales on a carp. The last thing I have to do now though is I have to figure out how to get my arrow so I can retrieve it. So that way I can shoot a carp and I can pull it back in. So I gotta get some string wrapped around that drum and attach it to an arrow, and I'm gonna test that out and make sure that works. After that, I'm ready to go carp fishing. And the soccer moms are not gonna know the difference because it's gonna fit in my pocket. You're maybe wondering about the arrow. I think I'm gonna stick the arrow down the side of my pants and I can hide it pretty good. I might walk a little funny, but at least I'm not looking like I'm carrying a weapon with me. So that's the plan for the arrow. The drum's gonna fit in my pocket and I can go anywhere I want. No one's gonna know what I have. Let's go try out that string now. All right, here's my arrow. Here's the end of it with the notch. I'm gonna put a little hole, just drill a little hole right through the center of it. Should be fine. Hopefully my drill bit's not too big where it'll affect the integrity of the arrow. Oops. Yeah, that should be good. All right, this. I'm gonna pull off like 10 feet of string. Ouch. This is wrapping perfectly on here. It kind of just goes one strand at a time. And that's going to make it come off easier too once I shoot it with my bow. I don't think it really matters too much though. All right, now I'm going to thread the end through this arrow and we should be good to go. Might just kind of clean it out a little bit more. Man, this is being a bugger. There, it finally comes through. All right, I got my arrow threaded. I'm gonna kind of tie a knot a little ways back. That way the knot doesn't plug up the shaft hole, whatever you call it. Okay, there's my arrow attachment. Show you all the features of this thing. So I'm gonna set this arrow down just for a second. So we have a handle here that I can hang on to with the grip. It's got a nice little drum to hold the string for the bow. It's got those two little hooks to attach the thrusters, AKA the silicone tubing. And this puppy can shoot. Like, it is super impressive. I can't believe how fast and easy it went through that can. So now we're gonna test it out with the string and see how it shoots. Okay, here's what it's gonna look like, fully loaded, ready to go shoot a carp. As long as the string comes out good, we are set and good to go. All right, we're gonna go test it out. Watch out, watch out, watch out. All right, I gotta figure out something else with that string because that is a pain. Man, I thought this whole thing was gonna work perfect, but I think the problem is that that hole's too small, that the string just gets caught up in there and it's a big hassle. This is probably not the best way to do it, but I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna put a hole at the beginning of the arrow, then the string doesn't even have to come through the shaft at all. All right, I think this is a much better design. I know it's not the best to have the string on at the tip of the arrow because it kind of affects the trajectory, but at least it's not going to mess up my shooting. So I don't know. If you think of any better design things I could have done in this, let me know in the comments. But it's time to go test it out. Oh. Okay, That actually shot really good. I think the only problem is my string was a little too short, which I could fit more on there, so we should be good to go bow fishing. I think I'm there. I'm ready to go bow fishing. If there's anything you think I need to add or change about this setup, let me know. I've quite a bit of experience bow fishing, but it's all just with the bow and arrow that I bought that was meant for bow fishing. So I'm kind of curious how this thing's going to go. It's plenty powerful enough. I'm pretty sure it'll get me a carp. So stay tuned for part 2 where I actually take this out bow fishing. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if anything else, if one of my buddies asks me to go bow fishing, I'm going to give them this while I use my good bow. So I don't think it was a waste at all. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be taking this out in the springtime when the carp start spawning. Where I go, the carp are like 10 to 15 pounds. They're giant carp. So getting the carp on this thing would be sweet. If I actually get one, I might even eat it, which is kind of gross. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to make. A lot more powerful than I thought. If anything else, I think it's just fun to shoot arrows with. I need to find something more explosive for a target. But yeah, this was awesome to build. Thanks for following along. Subscribe if you want to support the channel, and I'll see you next time.